Hi everyone, Josh from JK Guitar here. In this guitar lesson we're going to learn how to spice up our minor pentatonic scale by only changing one note. This scale that we're going to be changing to is used by the likes of Knopfler and Rodrigo and Gabriela. If you haven't already, I'd really appreciate it if you click subscribe and then the bell. You'll be notified for guitar lessons each week. So let's get into the lesson. So we're going to start with the first half of our minor pentatonic pattern. We're going to be doing this in A minor. So 5th fret low E, 8th fret low E, 5th fret A, 7th fret A, 5th fret D, and the 7th fret D. So to spice this scale up, what we're going to do is we're going to move that 5th fret D to the 6th fret D. So the scale now sounds like this. Then if I play the minor pentatonic, what I recommend you do is play through both these scales just so that you get your fingers used to it and also your ears. This scale is called the harmonic minor scale. Technically the harmonic minor pentatonic scale, but for simplicity we're just going to keep with the harmonic minor scale. You may be able to hear it gives it an exotic sound. That 5th fret D is a G, and we're moving it up one fret and it's going to become a G sharp. If you're looking to learn all the notes on the fretboard, I have done a lesson on this. It's going to appear in the top right hand corner now, or you can find a link in the description box below. So the great thing about this scale is the 5th note in the scale will always need to be moved up one. If we go to our second half of the scale, so let's start on the 7th fret of the D. So that's our first note, 5th fret G, 7th fret G, so we're on our third note at the moment, 5th fret B, that's our 4th note, and then we get to the 8th fret B, which is our 5th note. Following our rule, we move that up one fret. So now it's going to sound like this. Now you may be a little bit worried here because that's quite a jump. If you can't do the stretch, then you can just move your finger individually from 5 to 9. Alternatively, what you can do is land on the 5th fret B with your second finger, then go to the 4th fret high E, then the 5th fret high E, and then the 8th fret. So that continues our minor pentatonic pattern, but what it does, it just makes that 8th fret B, and we're going to play it on the 4th fret high E, it's the same note, just a little bit easier. And then you add in your last two notes, 5th fret high E and 8th fret on the high E. So now I'm going to play through the whole of this harmonic minor scale from the top to the bottom. So that covers one pattern in A minor, and the rule stays the same for any of the patterns. Once you get to a G or G sharp or the 5th note in the scale, you move it up one fret and it will turn it into the harmonic minor scale. So if we move back one pattern in the A minor pentatonic scale, it would be this. So just to demonstrate how it changes as we move patterns, the very first note we play there is a G. So we need to move that up. So rather than start on the 3rd fret, we start on the 4th fret. So we'll start on the 4th fret of the low E, 5th fret, 3rd fret A, 5th fret A, 2nd fret D, and then when we get to the 5th fret D, this is also a G. It's also the 5th note in our scale, and we need to move it up one. So it turns into the 6th fret D, which you may notice is what we played in the pattern before. So you can see here how it crosses over. So if you're a little bit confused on how this 4th fret low E is our 5th note, essentially on the low E it doesn't start with the first note all the time. When we started on the 5th fret low E, that's our A, which in the key of A minor is 1. Obviously in the pattern before, we start on the 3rd fret of the low E, which is the 5th note in our scale. So that's why we just move it up one. Okay, but then you start counting it again. So that's the 5th note, and then the 5th fret low E is our first note, 3rd fret A is our second, 3rd, fourth, etc, etc. Exactly like we did when we were counting down in the very first pattern. If you're playing in a different key, the rules stay the same. So if we move it down to G minor, 3rd fret low E, 6th fret, 3rd fret, 5th fret, 3rd fret D, that's our 5th note in that scale in G minor. We move it up 1 fret to the 4th fret D, then finish it off with the 5th fret D, and that gives us the G harmonic minor scale. So that has been how to spice up your minor pentatonics. I hope this has helped. If you've got any questions, then leave a comment below. See you next week.